Okay, sir. Thank you. I welcome all the participants for this training program who are joined online. The topic that is assigned to me, we are going to talk about the service scheme on formulation of GIS master plan for 500 AMRUT city. So, just let us go one by one and try to see how this program is working in our own Indian town and city. As a follow-up, the national meet on promoting use of space technology in the governance and development that happened, this national meet happened in 7 September 2015 at New Delhi. And the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, he was the chairman of this meet. And under his chairmanship, this meet happened, and after that, we received the direction from the Cabinet Secretary as well as the Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India. And as a follow-up of these things, the AMRUT service scheme on formulation of GIS-based master plan for 50 cities under the AMRUT mission was launched in October 2015. So, if you remember, under the AMRUT program, there's various reforms, and the list of reforms is shown here. If you see the reforms number 4, that is urban planning, under which this sub-scheme for formulation of GIS master base was launched. So under these urban planning reforms, this formulation of GIS-based master plan for 500 AMRUT cities was taken. The main objective was to develop common digital geo-reference base map and land use map using the geographical information system in each AMRUT city to enable them to make more informed strategic decisions. Main basic was to develop common digital geo-reference base map and the land use map. For this, we are going to use the GIS technology. Due to putting the language map and the base map and the geo reference, that is a much useful for taking the planning document, planning decision, because when the master plan is used, this type of the system that can help us in the decision making, that is also helpful for the land use management and utilization. That also helps us enable the project planning as well as the urban management part. It means when the master plan is formed based on this common digital geo-reference base map and the land use map by using the GIS, that helps a lot in urban management and city planning and the decision making. Just under this, we just try to see what are the various components under this GIS-based master plan. The first component is the generation of base map and thematic map and urban database creation. And for this base map and the thematic map, the scale was between 1:4,000. And for which the design and standard has been framed. So in consequent slide, we can see how this design and standard is applicable in this formulation of GIS-based master plan under the AMRUT service scheme. Second component is when the base map and thematic maps are ready at the 4,000 scale, then the same is used for the formulation of master plan. The general formulation of master plan as per the State, Town and Country Planning Act, and the implementing agency, the State Mission Director, the urban local bodies under this AMRUT service scheme. And third component is the capacity. Training is provided at the 3 levels, and 3 levels means the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 1 is the decision-making level, with a 3-day duration. Middle-level officer, those who are involved in the preparation of master plan and the creation of base map, so 2-week training program. And operator-level officer, that is provided the 4 weeks training program. Theory as well as the field visit, field work, everything is covered under these things. And we have prepared the course content in the consultation of the IIRS data. So these are the 3 components: generation of base map and thematic map, formulation of master plan, and capacity building part as a component of this AMRUT service. Then we can see what is the process for the formulation of master plan. That is the standard one. First important things, we are going to demarcate the mapping area, that is the area of interest. Then followed by the satellite data acquisition. When this data is acquired, after the GPS survey is done, geo-referencing done, ground truthing is done, validation also done from the line department, quality check, and finally the base map on the GIS platform is prepared. Under this thing also the state-wide GIS platform is available in the various states. So their application is also incorporated in this base map. And after that, these are some planning process generally we adopt, that is the primary and secondary survey. Attribute mapping is also done. Thematic map is generated. Identification of issues and potential. And like that, the policy formulated, draft proposal is given, and the draft master plan prepared, and that go for the publication and survey. So these are generally a standard format for the preparation of master plan. This is the process generally adopted here. Now have a look. What is the budget for this service? That is the formation of GIS master base plan for 500 city. Total budget is 550 crore. 515 crore, the breakup is shown in this slide here. You can see the first component is the geospatial data creation, 1:4,000 scale, and for this 115.90 crore has been allocated. When the geospatial database is prepared, then the master plan is prepared for that town and city. For this thing, 388.25 crores has been paid, and capacity building also one of the component of this whole service scheme, and 10.85 crore is also paid for it. So total it is the budget allocation for this service scheme is 515 crore. Then we can also see what is the component-wise and city-wise fund allocation is done. Here the major city, the metro city, class 1 city, and city of some important that we also consider the other city category. Here for the metropolitan city, that is a 500 square kilometer area has been taken for the preparation of master plan. And for these things, the fund is allocated to them for the geospatial data creation, plan formation, and capacity. In case of metro city, we can see the 44,000 rupees has been allocated for the geospatial data creation. Here again 1 crore rupees for the sanction for the plan formulation, and for the capacity building with 5 lakhs rupees. 5 lakhs is given as a capacity building part. Similarly, class 1 city area has been defined, and the money has been allocated for the geospatial data creation, plan formulation, and the capacity. Now let us see slightly more in detail, then gradually we will proceed further. The first component, that is the generation of base method thematic map. For this purpose, the document has been prepared, and the whole exercise is done at the scale of 1:4,000, for which design and standard is prepared by the TCPO. This document is available on the TCPO website as well as other website also. You can see, you can download and go through it. As for this design and standard, the base map has been created so that there will be uniformity across all the cities across the country. For the geo-based database creation, also the memorandum of understanding for the creation of geo database between the ministry and the NRSA has been signed. For those states who are agreed to create the geospatial database to the NRSA. So that is also one of the document, MOU, that is a complete full document. You can just download and go through it also. It also gives a comprehensive understanding of the formulation of document as well as how the MOU is signed within the MOU and analysis for the creation of geospatial data. Second component, we're talking about the formulation of master. Formulation of master plan of any town and city is done as per the State Town Planning Act, the Prevalent Town Planning Act. On GIS base map and sector-wide data analysis is done. Completing agency may be the state mission directed, the urban local body that is decided by them. Here, these are the various steps we can understand. Step by step procedure in the master plan formulation. Here you can see the base map is prepared, then the ground truthing is done, stakeholder consultation is also done. Then Existing land use map preparation is done, land use proposals, and we can show in this slide how the various steps are taken. The final the draft notification done, preparation of draft GIS master plan, and that is submitted to the report to the government, and after that public opinion and suggestions are taken. Similarly, here the steps are that when the satellite image is collected, then the cadastral maps superimposed on this. Base maps are prepared, and that is the link to the various data. Existing landing map is prepared, thematic map prepared, analysis and overlays are done, and finally the proposals and maps are prepared on the GIS platform. So that is the component number 2 that is considered under this service. Third is the component 3, that is capacity building. We have seen already 3-level training programs provided. This is some photographs provided by the IIRS at Dehradun. Before Corona, we have visited here, and the participants from the different states across the country have attended this program. So third component is the capacity building program. Now, what is the implementing mechanism adopted in this service? At the state level, Consultancy Evaluation and Review Committee monitors the consultation work of geodata creation and the master plan process. At the state level, that is the CERC, Consultancy Evaluation and Review Committee. Then state level technical committee there that oversees the progress of technical implementation of the reforms, whatever the technical AMRUT. And then the state level high power steering committee looks into the overall coordination and implementation of the reforms. So these are the implementing mechanism adopted at the state level. In center level, the National Monitoring and Review Committee, that is under the chairmanship of the Chief Land TCTO, monitor the physical and financial progress of the service scheme. Then this National Monitoring and Review Committee reports to the Technical Advisory Committee, TAC, under the chairmanship of the Joint Secretary, which further report to the Apex Committee of the AMRUT, and then Apex Committee monitor and review overall progress and achievement. And any issue, interagency issue, that is sought out by the Apex Committee. So these are the 3 steps implementing mechanism at the central level here. Now let us see what is the progress so far. Most of the information that is already given on the dashboard. So 3 types of the things here we are taking: metropolitan city, class 1 city, and other city. Scheme component is now familiar about the geodata description. We are also familiar about the master plan formulation and the capacity building. Here we just put in the metropolitan city. These are the amount has been released. With all these figures is given in the lakhs. So for the geodata description, 44.44 lakhs. Master plan, 100 lakhs, and the capacity building for the 5 lakhs is given to the each metropolitan city. Now let us see for the class 1 city. Geodata description that is 17.77 lakhs. Master plan for the 75 lakhs, and capacity building the 2 lakhs is given to the class 1 city. Now we see the other city. For this thing also, almost same. The geodata description 17.77 lakhs, master transformation 75 lakhs, and capacity building 2 lakhs. So these are the fund approved component wise for this town city. Now we can also see the progress. What is the release of funds in crore for the AMRUT service scheme? Here the 2 important points for the GIS at the state level and GIS at the NRC level. Those who have signed the MOU with the NRC for the geodata creation, their funds go to the NRC, rest funds go to the state government. Those who are taken in-house or they have hired consultant at their own level. So 2017-18, these are the data you can see. Total release is 62.07, in which for the master plan and the GA had 55.92 crore, and for the GIS state that is 4.03 crores, and for the NRC 0.45 crores is given. So you can say 17 to 18, 18 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 21, and total, these are the total release. The source of this information in the dashboard that is available here. You can also go through and see that. Now the geodata description. Here the city that is among it signed the NREC is 239 cities, and the city with the state is at 217 cities they have done. And these are the various technical work has been done so far. Under this geodata investigation, area of interest is marketed, 438,000 city data, satellite data acquired, 437,000 city data. And like that, there is the various technical works like the data process and the dot map created. After the creating the map that has been done the ground truthing and dating, and final maps are delivered, that is 260,000 city for the preparation of master plan. Most important thing in the capacity building program here, so various training program has been conducted. So under which we are taking the decision making program, officer and operator level, technician level. Our training program for attribute and collection and vetting data training has also been conducted. These are the number of participants who attended the various program at the various level, and total participants, including the attribute and collection vetting training, is 1,637. Now you can see the state-wise officer trained under the capacity building program. That is the only the capacity building program. Here we are not including the vetting training. So state-wise, you can see various states that participated here. Until date, 270 participants have been trained under the capacity. Previous slide talking about the capacity building as well as the vetting program. It is just only the capacity building program we're talking. And the IIRS has given the sufficient space for this type of training program. They are newsletter. So thank you to IIRS. Now we can also see the sub-scheme progress at the city level. Since the program is happening in the Dehradun, that's why we have taken the Dehradun city-wise. Just we click, then we can get all the physical progress as well as the financial progress. In the physical progress, we can see area of interest is marketed for the geodata investigation, satellite data acquired, data processed, draft maps created, getting ground truthing happened, and final map. Similarly, for the formation of master plan, socioeconomic data has been collected, data analysis is done, but still the preparation of master plan is not completed, then the draft is still. So that is the physical progress in case of Dehradun and Uttarakhand. Just to the dashboard, we can see the city level performance. Now, same city, we can see the financial part, how much budget has been sanctioned, what is the state government, NRS is the GBA, and what are the various installments of 4 installments, you have to pay all the amount. So, first installment and second installment has been done. So, this is the dashboard where you can also find the city-wise across the country. Now, let us see state-wise. This dashboard also gives the sufficient information about the state level progress. Just for the example, Madhya Pradesh we are taking the number of towns under this program is 34, and what is the physical progress they have done, that is the concrete things they have. Area of the marketed, satellite data, something like that, and similar to master plan formation, they have given to the physical as well as the financial progress. So through the dashboard, we can get all the information, latest information that is happened on the ground reality and the progress of this. Now this type of the base map is also useful for some other purpose also. You can see the Uttar Pradesh government to develop 32 cities along the river banks under the central AMRUT scheme. That is the just news of the 8th October 2021. Under this thing in Uttar Pradesh, total 59 cities has been selected under the AMRUT scheme. Now the state government has taken for the development of 32 cities under the focus of the central and the state government, and all these 32 cities is situated on the river bank and where the riverfront will be developed. Riverfront will be developed. Source I give in India today, that's the 8th October 2021. It means all these master plans, documents and base map, they are UG for the further development. Now the most important things that are under the AMRUT scheme is the design standards that are formulated. One by one, we try to understand how these design standards help the law and preparation of the master plan to the upper town and city. Whenever talks about the master plan and development plan, it is nothing but the document blueprints of the various developments in the next 20 years. And most important thing is the major tool for the urban land management and providing the detailed landing allocation for the sustainable development of urban cities. It is a major tool for urban land management, and it provides a detailed landing allocation for the various uses. General master plan we have prepared for the 20 years. In the phase of the 5 years for critical review of revisions are also done. So 20 years is a longer time. So for every 5 years, it's reviewed periodically, and revisions are also required as per the technology, as per the demand, as per the various policy decisions. But whenever we are formulating to the master plan, that is start with the preparation of base map. Base map. So base map is very, very important. To start with the base map preparation, to start with the existing land use survey and the collection of socio-economic data. Very, very important. Because it is necessary for the reviewing of the existing situation and proposing the future land use plan. So from this point, the formation of master plan starts from base map plan preparation to the proposing for the future land use plan. Since the remote sensing and geographic from the system have developed a lot, and that's why when the plan making process is done at that time, integration of both the spatial data and the non-spatial data. Integration of the spatial data and the attribute data is very, very important. Very, very important. Both the things are integrated that enables the detailed assessment of the spatial growth of town and city, land and status, physical infrastructure facility, and in anticipation of the projected population growth. So that's why due to the advance in the remote sensing or GIS, now all these things are possible, and integration of both spatial and attribute data is possible. But the most important crucial information of the formation master plan is accurate and updated base map of the planning area. And this base map should show the roads and building layout, spatial extent of the development, formulation of each parcel of the land of the town and city. If you remember, during the National Urban Information Scheme that is well known as the IIRS scheme, urban GIS database for the 152 towns of India. So all this GIS database and hosted on the ISRO geospatial platform board, that is the web-based GIS, the one IIRS is known as. They are accessing, editing, and managing of the database for the developer. And now after that, all the state, town, and country planning department has initiated the utilization of NYS database that was 10,000 scale for the master plan, and one was used for the formulation of well. And if I feel that a 10,000 scale database is not adequate for this purpose, so for this purpose, what happened is the one workshop was organized, and after that it was decided that let us change the scale, and for this purpose, very high resolution satellite data is required for the preparation of large scale urban map, that is 1:4,000. That can give the better understanding and better base map. At the same time, in the 2014, UAR BPA5 guideline was prepared. Urban Regional Development Plan Formation and Implementation was prepared by the DCPU. That also gives how the use of GIS-based master plan is possible, and for these things, they have given all the details, complete one chapter of this guideline to use of the GIS for the preparation of master plan. Then after that, NYS design and standard has been prepared, because many state government and town planning department, they are using the different methods, they are using the different procedure for the preparation of base map. So it was decided, let us provide the standardization, let us provide the uniformity, so that that can be used. Many times, many state governments have various another flagship program also, like the smart city or who do that. So for that purpose, this design and standard that is prepared for the AMRUT can support this type of program also. They can provide the standard uniform GIS database for this city, for the smart city and AMRUT and affiliate program. And that's why finally this design was changed. So accordingly, This design and standard is prepared. Let us see one by one all these things in detail. Main objective was again to develop the common digital georeference base map and language map by using the GIS. Second thing, when this base map is prepared, after that we have to prepare the master plan for particular city that is selected under the AMRUT. Again, I would like to mention here, the state government has the liberty to modify the design and standards as per the requirement. It's a comprehensive document, but the state government has been given full freedom to modify the design and standard as per the requirement, and so that they can adopt the preparation of master. When it talks the design standards, these are the 6 important parts. One by one, we try to see all these things. First chapter, we're talking about the remote sensing and image standards. Actually, the image that is procured for the satellite data, that is the raw image, and for that purpose, we have to develop some standard. Just have it. See this. Just here we can see what is the standard for the raw image. All the technical matters are discussed here. Second thing is when the raw image is collected, then the ground control points for georeferencing purpose and the ortho rectification of the satellite image is done. For this purpose also, a standard has been developed. You can see totally highly technical documents, but this standard will be developed. So that is the information is also given there. Third is when the ground control points have been done for the georeferencing and ortho rectification of satellite image. Georeference ortho rectification image is prepared, and now the final image used for the feature extraction. So for the feature extraction, we have the georeference image as well as the ortho rectified image. Now this image we can use for the feature extraction. For this purpose, some data standard have been prepared. You can just go through it. It is also very technical matter. Now the second thing is the spatial reference standard. Coordinate system is known, that is the required here. But when the map hard copy is also required many times for the visualization purpose, for the field verification purpose, many times for the data collection purpose. So this hard copy map can be also printed with various scale as per the requirement, that we can do that. Then here the coordinate system is also important. These are the technical information that is provided here. You can just go through it. Then the third important thing, the geospatial data content. This is very, very important for the preparation of master plan. As a planner, we should be able to understand this thing. For this purpose, what happened? 69 major classes have been taken, and that is further subdivided, that is given 475 subclasses. Just have a look. What is this 69 major classes and how is it 475 classes? Just it is geospatial data content. Here we are talking about the geospatial layer. You can see the base layer. Second is urban land use and urban cover, building footprints, utility part. Hydrography is here also. We can terrestrial layer, and then we can see the various boundaries as well as the hazards prone area. That is 8 spatial layers have been taken, and the source is mentioned from where we are going to generate this information here. For the base layer, very high resolution satellite data is required, and similarly the source is mentioned for the other spatial layers also. Now here we just try to understand what are the classes and the subclasses for this. If the base layer is this one, here we are taking the 5 classes. That's the road, rail, bridges, flyovers and water body. But it is the 5 classes and that has further subclasses that become the 46 here. In concept in slide number 1, you can see all this detail. But here these 5 classes is further subdivided and become the 46 subclasses. Similarly, urban land is urban cover, main class is 28, but that is further subdivided and become the total subclass 220. Similarly, like that, we can see the utility part. We can see this boundary part. What are the various boundaries? Administrative boundaries, planning body, municipal boundaries, other boundaries, and what is the source of this special data generation? Clearly mentioned here, the State Revenue Department, followed by the urban local body, what is the class and subclass. In this way, if you go all these things, the total major classes will be 69 and 475 subclasses. And that is useful on the GIS-based master plan formulation. So, then we should also understand about the feature geometry. Area feature, line feature, and point features are used here. Area feature like the water body, that is area feature, it is represented in the polygon geometry. Line feature like the water supply network, it is represented in the line geometry, and point feature like the electric pole are represented in the point geometry. So these are the 3 features generally used for it: area features, line features, and point features. Some of the area features like the road are represented in the both polygon as well as the line geometry. The width of the road is represented in polygon, but the road center line is represented in the line geometry. And in this case, some attributes should be associated. So that's why the time the data collection and the time the creating of this map, attributes are collected and associated with the line feature. So these are the 3 important features: for area feature, line feature, and point feature. The basic criteria to define the geometry of geospatial features: if the feature has an area more than 5 feature by 5 feature, as per the image standard, that is known as 6.25 square meter, then it is represented as the polygon. If it is less than this, then it is defined as the point and the line based on the feature drives. In the road layer, road having the width of 7.5 meter and more will be captured as the polygon, and the road center line taken as a line feature. Road having width of less than 7.5 meter will capture only the line part. Similar to the rail feature, utility features, where for the utility network layers are defined the lines and the nodes. Nodes mean the starting point, intersection point, bulbs, points, in points, all this is defined as a point feature. Garbage collection point, electric poles, cell tower, all this is defined as a point feature. So these are some things that is considered there. Now the third component, the GIS data structure. When we can take the seat in the plane terrain, the rolling terrain, then ortho-rectified satellite image is used that features in the 2 dimensions. Seat in the highly relief hilly area, then stereo data is captured, that is the 3 dimensions. And all these things are used here. Just have a look at the GIS. Another coding is the GIS coding scheme. Suppose for the example, here we are coding, we are putting 0102. First 01 represent the main class and next subclass. Such, for example, if a 0102, the 01 represent the road class and 02 represent the road subclass, that may be the state highway, yeah, whatever the nomenclature we are following. So all these things we can see in the coming slide. Here we can see the layer-wise data content and classification of GIS data structure. Here the base layer we have seen in the previous slide. Just let us go in the detail to understand how this road as a base layer we have taken. Yes, very good. road is the main class and these are the various subclass. So road is the one class, but there is a 20 subclass here. So for that purpose, if the road is the main class, that's the 0, 1, and subclass we are taking the national highway, state highway, major district road like that. So national highway will become the subclass 01. It means once we're talking 01, 01 means 01 represents the main class road, and another 01 represents the subclass of the national highway. What will be the geometry? That may be possible the polygon, the line, and to the definition there, and what will the various symbol we can take. Like that, we can see various subclasses here at the taken. Service road, major city road, minor road, VRT, cycle track, footpath. Like that, here we can take as per the sub-classification that is existing in that town and city. So that is the road geospatial data content. Main class is road and subclass is 20 subclasses under the road category. Geometry is defined and symbol is defined. Like that, rail, let us then try to understand what is the geospatial data content here and how this data structure is built. This is the rail, so it in main class is rail, nomenclature is region 02. Under which there is a various subclass, broad gauge, narrow gauge, meter gauge, metro, MRT, MMT multimodal transport system. And what is the geometry for them? That is the line. Then what is the symbol? That is the various symbols. So like that, you can take here, and for their city characteristics also, supplement them on the Calcutta. If you are taking the tram, you can also incorporate here. Like that, this type of the freedom is provided to the state government to modify as per their own suitability. Now just I have a look about the, let us see the water bodies. Water body is the main class, so that is the 05. These are the various subclass: river, stream, canal, drain, ponds, lake, tank, island, reservoir, backwater, sea, and all these things, the 11 subclasses. What will be the geometry? These are the various geometry. These are the various symbols and the. So like that, this base layer has been prepared. You can also see the bridges and flyover. That is it. You can see the various classes and subclasses, geometry and the symbol. So like that, these documents give the comprehensive understanding about the various base layer that is used for this GIS data structure. Then second thing is the urban land use and the land cover. Generally, all land use are extracted as a polygons, and for this purpose, generally, but such as like the community toilet, fire station, garbage collection point, landfill site and dumping yard, cell tower, bus stop, tree, which are extracted at a point. But of course, some attributes should be incorporated there. So here we can see the urban land use and land cover. What is the geospatial data content in data structure? We just had it. Land use cover and the residential, you are taking the 06 as the main code. Then what are the various subclasses? Residential area, township, housing scheme. Similar in the commercial also, there is geometry we can adopt, polygon. So that is also given here. As for the city character, some more classes, some more subclasses is also possible if required. So this land use and land cover we can see here. Then building footprint, here also we can just have a see. So this type of code and return class is there and subclasses is there, and mainly the geometry part is also given to collect the data. Utility part, that is also very, very important because all this information is very much important for the preparation of master plan. So here we can just see water supply network. Just highlight it. Here we are taking the water supply network, so putting GAT. It is a water treatment plant, so it's the 0101. Under water treatment plant, there is some classifications. Further subclasses, you can see water pumping station, ground level reservoir. So this purpose, again, 1801 was a sub-classified like that. And various geometry is also given. This can be taken as a line geometry, this can be taken as a point geometry, and what are the various symbols possible that is given. So this design standard gives a comprehensive understanding of the geospatial data contained regarding the water supply network and other utilities. Just have a look. Let us just go for the stormwater training. Yes. So let us go for the sewerage network. Once you download the document, we can go through it and you can see all these things, class, subclass, geometry, and the symbols. Gas distribution network, you can also see class, subclass, geometry, and the various symbols that is used. Right? Then another important thing is that down for if the monoscopic data is selected, digital elevation models are generated by the total elevation survey. And if the button for the stereo data is selected, DM cell is generated to the stereo data. So through the total station survey, DM can be generated and you can also generate the stereo data, you can collect it like that. So what is the DM layer that we should be understand? Just tell you. Contour, then terrestrial layer, that is the layer we will prepare from the data collected by the urban local body from the line department. So terrestrial layer, this means what is the things we can take, these are the geometric polygon and various symbols are used for it. Now let us go over the boundary part, the preparation of the master plan. We have to respect to the various boundaries, and for that thing, that is the administrative boundary, planning boundary, municipal boundary, other boundaries also, and hazard prone area is also defined. So for that purpose, there is boundary defined. Just have a look. Administrative boundary, that the geospatial data contained. Here again, we can see so many subclasses: international boundary, some state have state boundary, district boundary, tertiary boundary, block boundary, village boundary, forest boundary, revenue boundary, and what is the geometry to collect the geospatial data. So for that purpose, the geometry is also defined and various symbols are being. So it is a really planning boundary. Let us have a look for the planning boundary because that is used for the master plan preparation. So planning boundary, we are talking the planning area boundary, highway, corridor, development zone, periphery, central period, and like that, here various subclasses also available in the planning boundary. Geometrical symbols are also defined here. So like that, we can see just look hazard prone area, subclass, the flood, hospital, landslide. You can add more as per the city character, like the geometry and the symbols have been defined. So these are the some boundaries here we are talking about. Now, when this geospatial data has been acquired, then it is important that accuracy should be launched. So for that purpose, planimetric accuracy and the thematic accuracy is done. So for the large scale base map and thematic database survey in compliance to the 0.25 mm of the scale, that is the scale defined here, and the thematic accuracy of the classification that is based on the attribute data, and therefore it has been done based on the natural attribute data that should be incorporated here. So here again the quality assurance and quality check has been done. It is done internally, it is also done externally, because quality check and quality assurance at all the levels should be properly done. So under these things, what are the main things we have to quality assurance and quality check of the input high resolution satellite data, geo-reference satellite data, GIS feature extraction, and all these things have the quality check. So in progress, internal quality check and quality assurance is carried out. Similarly, external quality assurance and quality check is also done. So these are some basic characteristics standard that is required during the GIS database quality check. All this GIS database at the ULB level for the GIS-based master plan formulation demand the computer, hardware, software, and the workstation, all these things. So all these softwares and things are required. So these are the main database. We are talking about the NRSC and the ISRO and TCPO has developed a web-based application on NYS for GIS master plan formulation. And these are the database there. That is the orthorectified by satellite image, existing urban GIS database layer-wise, and the GIS tool for the master plan formulation for the urban local bodies. That data can be edited, modified, updated by using the latest satellite image and ground information, and that can be used. But that should be according to the approval procedure followed by the urban local body. These are the summary. We can see the one NYS that is available on the website and one also. Source is also given in this slide. You can go through it and just see also. These are the access control and the fifth level and the urban local body level. How the process will be followed. Then the state level will be administrator and the TCP or MOD level. The things are done. So followed by this, the most important thing, the metadata standard. Metadata describes the data characteristics of the content, quality, access, format, scale, frame, who, where, and how this data has been generated. So this standard is required to enable the user to be aware of the method, accuracy, and exchange of data and their limitations. So for this purpose also, compliance standard has been defined. Just have a look. Complete description has been given in this design and standard document. You can just go through it and you'll see it. Then various map symbologies is used, which is a statutory requirement in the State and Town Planning Act. So accordingly, the symbols have been selected. But again, the symbol can be customized as per the State and Urban Union Territory Town Planning Act, and that can be adopted for the representation and visualization of the map. So now here we are talking about the indicative format for the urban data. Master plan formation requires a variety of data at a different level, at a different stage. So it is important that when we are collecting the data, that should not be very time consuming. Generally it is very time consuming, but same has been modified, and for that purpose, a standardized data collection format has been provided. So, because socio-economic data sometimes obtained to the public and around public secondary sources, primary data is taken as the ground reality and with the time consuming survey. The format for urban data collection at the town level and ward level consists of 25 tables, which key areas such as demographic, physical, locational spread, physical and social infrastructure, environment, housing, all are given, which are vital for the study of the existing situation and framing of the proposal of the master plan formulation. Because whatever the urban data we are collecting regarding to the physical, social, economical, environmental, housing, governance, that can help us for the existing situation. Based on this data, the future proposal is also prepared in the master plan. So for that purpose, 25 table have been designed in this format for the collection of data. But again, I am telling the format may be modified suitably by the state nodal agency as per their requirement, depending on size and other characteristics of the administration. Means this format is comprehensive in nature, but that can be modified as per the requirement. Just have a look what are the format of this urban data collection. In the research document that is given in the annexure 4, here we can see 25 tables. So table number 1, these are the format is given, physical aspect and location particular. Just go to it. Table 2 talks about the demography and basic socio-economic data. So what is the population, what is the growth rate? All these things, information will be compiled at table 2. And for this purpose, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 housing data, what is the vital statistics, town-wise, birth rate, death rate, infant mortality. So all these things have been categorized here. Table 3 talks about the occupational classification. So under this, what is the workforce 2001 to 2011? We can see. These are the basic data. If you download this document, then you can enjoy the things very much. Table 4 talks about the industrial aspect, town level wise. What is the type of industry here? It's large, medium, small, household, hazardous. All this data is calculate. Traditional industry, handicraft, pottery, something like that. Table 5 talks about the language, the town and cities. What is the various type of language? It's a residential, commercial to wasteland, wheatland, water body, reclaimed land, like that. So table 6 talks about the availability of drinking water. Yes. So like that, if you go all the information, then unit table 7 talks about the electricity. Source of power, how much distance from the city, and how the total electricity demand, what is the supply, what is the consumption, all this information taken. Table 8 talks about the post office and telecommunication system facility at the town-wise. Table 9 talks about the educational facilities. Table talks about the medical facilities. All the diseases, what is the predominance of town and city, leprosy and the tuberculosis and cholera. Now the corona COVID-19 can be also be added here. Table 11 talks about the availability of sanitary facilities. Table 12 talks about the solid waste management. Like that, all the 25 tables have been given to collect a comprehensive data. That may be ward-wise, that may be town-wise. So like that, you can see various format is given. Once you download the thing, then you can see all these details. So please download this document, go through it in the free time. Then table 13 also talks about the recreation, culture, banking facilities in the town and city. Like the law and order, crime reported, table number 14 talks. Table 15 talks about the housing, distribution of household, number of persons, tenures, all these things. What is the tenure status, owned, rented, subletting, rent-free. All these things are given there. Distribution of person by living room, 1 room, 2 room, 3 room. Similarly, category of houses that you pakka with RCC roof, you pakka with the tiles roof, cement, kacha, all these things. So Table 70 talks about the disasters, what is the disaster prevailing in the town and city in the last 5 to 10 years, what is the position. Traffic and transport, that is table number 20, heavy vehicle, light vehicle, non-motorized, what is the number is here, what is the work trip taken undertaken from the residents to workplace, उसमें क्या what are the various types of vehicle are used, public transport, non-motorized transport. So these are the 20 inland waterways, that is also now the part and parcel of the transport system nowadays. Here, table 21 talks about the environment, level of noise, water pollution, animal husbandry. 23 talks about travel and tourism. All the description are given, and with his form we have to collect the information that is given. Table 4 also talks about the governance, what is the civic status of the town and city, what is the size, classification, what is the status of master plan, development plan, prepared, revised. All these things here we have taken the. And table 5 talks about the revenue and the receipt of the revenue. So like that, a comprehensive answer is given here. It consists of page number 24 pages here and comes with an answer 4. Whatever the tables we're talking about, the formatted database collection. Similarly, we also provide the guidelines to fill the report. Exact to the table. Exact to the table. So appendix 1 here, you can just take in what is the census count definition. So that we have to fill up here. What is the definition of urban agglomeration? That is clearly defined. And now the table 1 there, same table here you are also repeating and make them understand what is the nomenclature you are going to use and how to fill up the data. Suppose if somebody is in a municipal corporation, so m.corp. Here this is not at m.c. because municipal committee and municipal town committee are using the answer. So same abbreviation for the various civic status has been used. So that will be a standard one, that will be the standardized format, like that you can see. So it was all talk about just table 1. Then now come to the how we can measure the distance from the town in kilometers, that is also described here. What is the nearest distance of the major river and canal. Now the table 2 talking the demographic data and basic socioeconomic data. Then again all the things are given here, primary census satellite figure 1 on the housing data, from where you can get it, from H series table from the Census of India. What is the factor the statistical data, how can get it, how can calculate it, that we have to take as a standard format. So like that, exactly as per the corresponding table, the same table has been used here to make the understand what is the difference between worker and non-worker. So that definition we have to follow the Census of India, and accordingly we can fill up the column that data is required. So there is no confusion at all. Similarly, it is a source and mentioned and things are there. Similarly, what is the land use? So in 1991, 2001, 2011 to be furnished. And all this thing is given, and therefore the information we have to fill up here. Similarly, table 6, table 7, electricity, communication and telecommunication. Like that, all the education facility. So corresponding table how to fill up so that the uniformity will maintain and that is easy to understand. That's why all this description has been given how to fill up. Table wise. Just have a look, that's all. Or you can just download from the net, go through it. What is the municipal solid waste, collection, disposal, recycling, landfill. So all these things are given here. Like table 14, 15, 16. So like that, I think all the information is given here. So once you download, you can see that thing. Similarly, what is the definition of slum as per the Census of India? So that is also given here. Also the house rate population definition as per the Census of India 2011. Also, we do not live in the building a sensor sound, but living within a roadside pavement in human pipes under the flyover stated. All this definition we are sourcing answer, and as per this definition, we have filled up all the things. So these are the some information I gave. So these are the guidelines to fill up the performer. Again, I say that this form may be modified suitably by the state nodal agency as per the requirement and as per the characteristics of the administrator. So these are the things I would like to share with you. I would also like to mention from your side. So these are the present status of the program and policy. So thank you very much from my side. Any interaction would you like to do? Yeah.